Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Canva part 2. So, Canva marketing part 2. So, Wednesday, we stopped at making a back to school, mock up bundle. This is what we made Wednesday. Don't worry if you missed it. I am working on uploading it to YouTube. I will be uploading it this weekend. So I always film all of my Bible meets business on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then I will try to upload all three that Saturday. Since they're not really that long, it shouldn't take a long time for it to upload up to YouTube. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, all that can be done by clicking the link in the bio. I know there's this whole thing about links not being seen, but I see mine. I never had anyone tell me that they couldn't see mine. So click on the link in my bio to get to all of my social media and my YouTube and things like that. If you need to reach me, 101s, they're all right there on my link in my bio. But I noticed I did change my link a little bit. I actually split it up into two separate pages. So a lot of people say, well, I can't see the link for Canva. I can't see the link for your EcoSolve ink. It's on there. It's on a separate page. So at the top of the page, you're going to see two different pages. You're going to see a home page, and you'll see brand and affiliates. So click that one to get to all my affiliate links and the brands that I use and the products that I use in my videos. That's why I say product and link in my bio. That's what I mean. Okay. So now that you got all that out the way, let's jump right back into this Canva. So we left off at making a mock-up. I did demonstrate a back to school trifecta mock-up between a shirt, a tumbler, and a coffee mug, because we know two things teachers are going to drink out of. They're going to drink their juice, they're going to drink their coffee. So you have to make sure they do it in style. Okay. She said, praise the Lord, saints, praise the Lord. Yes. What is up? So I may sound a little bit laggy. I was on live with some other crafting sisters into the early morning, but we here. We here. So let's go ahead and continue on. Now we have done a mock-up. Now some more other features that you can do. So if you wanted to post this straight to social media, you absolutely can. So you click this share button up top, and then you can go to, you see where it says right here, like Facebook page, and it says schedule. They actually have a social media calendar that you can use to your full advantage. But you see this crown right here? That means it's only for Canva Pro accounts. So you have to have a Canva Pro account in order to use this feature. I'm telling you, it is the best $12.99 you're going to spend. I promise you. But I'm actually switching over to the year because it's just cheaper that way. So, but I'm telling you, it's the best $12.99 you will ever spend. I have made so much money. I've made thousands of dollars with using Canva to my full advantage, whether it's marketing or making designs for tumblers. I have made thousands of dollars with using Canva. It should be illegal, but I'm glad it's not. So you want to put it to your Facebook page, click on Facebook. You can choose which page you want to add it to, write something, and then you can click publish now. So you don't have to leave Canva to post it on your social media. You can do it right from here. Okay. Now the only app for social media they don't have TikTok yet, which I feel like it will be happening in a later, update or a later integration. You will be able to do TikTok integrations on Canva. So Canva doesn't take very long to adapt. It doesn't take very long to add new features. I really feel like as a company, as a brand, they really do listen and respect our feedback. Is this on YouTube channel? Can't watch now. No, I'm only strictly on TikTok because my YouTube kind of lags and I've been having internet problems. And I really don't want to have laggy feed when I'm doing this. So I'd rather do it this way. I know, weird. But I will post this video to YouTube after it's over this weekend. Okay. I will have it on YouTube. So this is what we did. Now let's go back. So let's do something a little bit more bigger. It's also another design that I made. Me and my mom are having a flash sale. Thank you for the follows, guys. We're having a flash sale August 1st. Which is a Monday. And this is the advertisement design that I made for social media real quick, right here on Canva. See, super simple. It looks like a lot, but I promise you it really isn't. It's not a lot. But it is a lot of layers though. You can see all those layers. It's a lot. So there are so many different things you can create within Canva. Now, if you're not very creative, they have so many templates you can choose from. Okay. Sometimes I cheat. I take the easy way out and I just snag a template, drag and drop. Okay. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a sublimation tumbler design in Canva. It doesn't have to be difficult to make a sublimation design. Okay, it's super simple. Now, this is the one I just did for 2 military ladies on a promotion. This is what I did yesterday. So super easy. It's not really too difficult to make a new design. So let's go ahead and make a new design. So you can click this plus button up top, and then you can go to custom size. I always size my designs according to what I'm making it for or what I'm going to be putting it on. Because you have to think when you go to download your image, you have to make sure that it's going to fit. Did you make your avatar for your logo? I did not. So you have to make sure it's going to fit. So when you go to stretch things out, what happens is things get pixelated and things get blurry, and it's not going to look right. And with sublimation, if it looks blurry, it's going to print blurry. And we really don't want that. So make sure you size your canvas according to what you're going to be putting this design on. Okay. Now, when it downloads, it won't download to that size, but when you resize it down to 9.3 by 7.8, it's going to fit my tumbler perfectly. Okay. It's not going to be blurry, none of that. It's going to fit it perfect. So that's why it's important to also have clear photos. So when customers send you, well, can I have a cup with my daughter on it? Absolutely. But make sure the photo is clear so it won't print fuzzy. Okay. So a lot of people are like, well, listen, make sure it is clear. Okay. So let's go ahead and make a tumbler for a photo, like for a photo collage. Let's go ahead and make these. These are really popular right now. It's like the photo family tumblers. Let's go ahead and make one real quick. So I'm trying to keep my screen on here for the most part. But if you guys want to see what I'm doing on the side, I'm using Canva. 9.3 by 7.8, but don't always take my word for it because a lot of vendors have cups that are different sizes. So make sure you always measure your tumbler before you print it out so you don't waste paper, okay? Why did you choose Canva or Spotify or Amazon FBA for examples? Examples for what? Okay, so we're going to be making this real quick. I've seen a lot on Etsy, but sometimes I'm like, I'm not buying it from Etsy. I can make that myself. So sometimes I'm lazy and I go to Etsy, but a lot of things on Etsy are not good quality. So I just always refer and default back to designing it myself. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the background. Now, I like wood backgrounds. I just think they look really clean. So we're going to type in wood, and these are all the different categories, all the different things that pop up. I want a nice wood background. You can use white. So to cover the whole background, all you have to do is just drag and drop, and it will fill in the whole entire background. If you don't want to fill the background, just click it once, and it will add it to the canvas. It just depends on what you want to do. Or if you want to actually shape it yourself, you can do it that way too. Okay? So let's look and see what they have. You don't want to go too dark because you want to still be able to see your font and your text and things like that. Now, you can go darker, but that means you have to change your font colors and things of that nature, okay? Let's go with this one. I really like the way this wood looks. Y'all know I'm a sucker for white wood. I love white wood. It just looks very clean, very elegant, very crisp, fresh. So I like to use white wood for backgrounds. Now, let's say I want to add something floral because I don't want to leave it just like this. It's like really plain. I mean, you could, but I'm a little extra, so I got to have something else that's on there. Why choose Canva? The advantages that you compare other sites first. I use Canva because it's simpler. I haven't used Photoshop since high school, and I've been out of high school for almost 15 years. So I don't use, I used to use it, but I use Canva because it's a lot simpler, especially for those that are just now getting into graphic design. Canva is a lot easier to learn than Photoshop, which Photoshop is more complex. It's for more advanced. So I use Canva a lot because I can make things a lot quicker. It's quicker and it's easier, and a lot of the hard work is already done for me. So that's why I chose Canva compared to Photoshop and other things like that. Now, if I knew Photoshop, would I still use Canva? I would, absolutely. I would use both. I would use Canva and Photoshop if I could navigate Photoshop. I don't have the time to learn it. I could learn it, but I just don't have the time to. And right now, I'm like, I really don't want to. All right, so we're going to add something to this. So let's do some type of like floral or some type of lacy type of design. We really want to make it, because most of the time, the ones that are going to be buying these family tumblers are going to be women. Okay, they want to showcase their kids, showcase their family. They want something to remind them of how special their family is, show love for their kids and their husband, things like that. So most of the time when I make this design, I'm putting women in mind of buying it. So I want to make sure I kind of make it feminine. Good morning. So we're going to let's look up floral. So whatever you're thinking of in Canva, type it in. So if I'm thinking, like a blur accent or something, or a blurred shadow, I will type in blurred shadow just to see what I come up with. But Canva has so many elements to choose from, so many. And I love the fact that you can separate from photos, graphics, video, and audio, or you can show them all. So I love the fact you can filter out what you don't want. So let's say I don't want all of it. I just want photos of flowers. It will only put photos of flowers. If I want just graphics or drawing illustrations of flowers, it will show me just that. If I want videos of flowers, it will show me that. If I want audio, it will show me that. So it'll show like springtime sounds and things of that nature. So I like the fact that I can filter out what I don't want to look through on Canva. Okay. So let's look for something to put on top of this wood. Oh, that's really cute. So whenever I'm scrolling looking for something else and I see something I like, I don't want to use it now, but I feel like I'm going to come back to use it. I always hit these 3 lines right here and I hit star. It's going to automatically put it in my favorites folder. So I can always go back and use it later when I need it. Okay. That's why I say it's so important to make sure you utilize that favorites button to the maximum, because I always run across things that I like that I don't think I'm going to use right now, but I like them. So whenever I scroll across something I like, I hit the star. I automatically put it in my favorites. So therefore I have a nice arsenal to come back to. Okay. I think I want to do white. These white flowers really look really, really pretty. I think we can work with this. I really like it. Now let's say I click this. Now you see what happens when I click on an image. You see the magic recommendations. It's going to pop up or pull up other things that look like what I just clicked on. So if you go to see all, it's going to filter out and show everything by this creator. Okay. So everything that was made by her is going to pop up into magic recommendations. Now, sometimes I go through magic recommendations and sometimes I don't. It just depends. If I find exactly what I wanted, I'll go with it. But if I want to kind of see what else they're going to pull with it, maybe I can use in my design, then I will go through magic recommendations, see what I like, favorite some things, star some things, and then go on from there. Okay. So make sure you utilize that favorites to its full potential. I have so many designs favorited because I was like, what did I type in that one time? I don't remember. So to keep yourself from not remembering what you typed in to get to that element, always save and favorite your elements, whether you think you're going to use it or not. If you like it, favorite it. Okay, favorite it. Thank you for the follows, guys. So we have our flower here, right? So now we're just going to kind of play with it to see what we really want to do. Now we can put it in the center and make it like the center, like the center of the image, or you can put it in the corner if you want to kind of offset your design. It really depends on what you want to do. So you can put it in the center. You can change it and offset it, but you can turn this full 360 degrees, whatever direction you want to go. So I think I kind of want to put these in the corner. I'm very symmetrical. I like for things to be symmetric. So, and then to flip this, all you do is click this flip and you can actually control which direction it flips. We're going to flip it that way. You can flip it that way, or you can actually hand turn it, but I like to do it this way. So it makes it the exact same. Okay. All right. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just got to be close enough. All right. So let's turn that a little bit more. Okay. So what I usually do, I sometimes work backwards. So I'll put my font and everything in place and then I'll go back, which makes it more difficult because the only thing bad with Canva is, you really can't separate your layers like you can on Photoshop. With Canva, you have to move things out the way to get to that bottom layer. And I really hope they update and do a layers panel. We actually choose what we want to move. Ultimately, you print it on vinyl. I print on sublimation tumblers. I do sublimation ink. Okay. I missed a question. Elementary question. You're fine. How do you get your orders fulfilled? I use Shopify. Okay, I use Shopify. Alrighty, so we have our base kind of in place a little bit. Now we have an idea. We're making a family photo collage sublimation tumbler design for a 20-ounce tumbler. Okay, so when I make this, I will try to have it uploaded to the website for free for people to be able to download it. Okay. All right, and then I'll show you how to set that up too during this live stream if we have time, because you know I got a client at 10 o'clock. So we got to really, really push it to the limit today. All right, so let's go ahead and get this wrapped on up. So we're going to do a little bit more tweaking here and there. So as long as you get your base down, we kind of have a good general idea of what we're working with. So now that we have a corner in each side here and here, we know the flow of our photos and font are going to be right here through this middle negative space. Okay. So the first thing you want to do, let's go ahead and set our picture frames up in place. And what I did to do this was, it was actually fairly simple. So I went to elements. So whenever you want to find something like picture wise, illustration, you're going to want to go to elements. Okay. So this is elements, but you see all these graphics down here? These look so cute. So what do? Oh, I kind of like it. Let me favorite it. It's kind of cute because I don't know if I'm going to go back and use it again, but I really like the way it looks. I'm going to favorite it just in case, because you don't want to miss it, because sometimes it's really hard to go back and try to find things that you like again, because Canva just they update their pictures so often. Thank you. I learned something I didn't know you could. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome. All right. So let's look for what you're going to do for these photo frames, quote unquote. They're kind of faux photo frames. You're going to take a shape. Okay, so we're taking a rectangular shape, and you can mold this into whatever size you want to. You can adjust it by the sidebars in the bottom. But if you want to keep the shape as it is and just change the size, you can just grab the corner. Okay, good morning. How are you? So I want to be able to fit at least 5 picture frames on here. I know you're like, girl, how you going to fit 5 picture frames? I'm finna show you. Okay, it's going to be a lot of maneuvering. Now, another good thing, great thing about Canva is whenever you have certain things on your canvas, it will automatically pull the colors from your photos to make your design cohesive with each other. Okay, now mind you, are they going to see this background when they put the photos on it? No, you're not. But for my own conscious, I like to make sure that everything is cohesive with each other in my design. Okay. So now you can kind of go through and see, okay, that may be a little bit too big. I don't know if we're going to make that. So we're going to duplicate this a couple more times. We might be able to fit 5. We might not be able to, but we going to see. We're going to try to fit as many as we can on this design. Okay. So that's 2. There's 3. So we're going to kind of overlap the flowers a little bit. We might have to go a little bit smaller. So since we changed the size, let's go ahead and delete these back off. Because every time you change the size, we have to make sure that we make it cohesive with everything else. So let's see if we can fit, how many we can fit on here. So you can use shortcuts. So you can just use Command C, I'm on a Mac, and then Command V, which will automatically copy and paste. Now you can have some pictures overlapping like that. If that's the look you're going for, absolutely, you can do it. There's not one specific way to do it. You have to do it this way because One Crafted Mama said it, so you have to do it. That's not true. You can do it however you want to do it. I'm doing it this way just to show you different options you have. Now you don't have to leave it standing straight up. You can turn it at an angle. You can kind of make it a little bit offset, a little bit less straight, a little kooky looking. So therefore you can just add some flair to your design. It doesn't have to be straight up and down, but if you want it straight up and down, absolutely go forth and do great things. You can do that. So I think we're going to be able to fit 4 kind of comfortably, which I think is still a good number because, you know, you can do one, because I have 2 children and a husband. So 1 child right here, 1 child right here, my husband, and all of us together. So for me, 4 is absolutely perfect. It's enough slots for me. You can, if you want to make them smaller, you can, but keep in mind, you're going to be putting this on a circular object. Okay. So when things go on circular objects, sometimes the smaller they are, the harder it is to read. So make sure you keep that in mind because what you're printing it on is not going to be flat. It's going to be a cylinder. So when you're making designs, you have to take everything into consideration when you're making designs because, okay, if I lay this here, how will it look on a curved tumbler? How's it going to look on a flat surface? So if I want to put this on a mouse pad, do I need to make it bigger? Do I make it smaller? Because when you go to print things out, sometimes they print out bigger than what you want it to. So you have to make sure you keep everything in perspective when it comes to making designs for anything that's a flat object or a curved object. You have to keep that in mind. So this is why I test out all of my designs before I sell them. So, just to make sure that the images are clear and looking good, I always test out my designs before I sell them online. Just to make sure, this is for my own consciousness, to make sure I'm getting people good quality work, good quality designs. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back over here. Now that I have my squares in place, we're going to come back over here. We're going to find a frame. So all you want to do is go to elements and type in frame. Okay. Let's see, photos. There we go. So it pulls up all these frames we can use to highlight our individual pictures right here. Now, you don't have to use this. You can do like the tape effect. So if you want the tape effect, all you have to do is just type in tape and it'll pull up certain things of tape. Let's see, what did I type in last time? Is it ripped tape I typed in? There we go. So ripped tape. So this gives you the rip tape effect. If you want to put a piece of tape on the top and the bottom of the pictures instead of putting a picture frame like this, absolutely can. You can turn it and it gives you more of like a tape to the tumbler type of look. If you want to use a frame, you can use a frame. I think I used both in a previous design, a frame and the tape. I really like this pink, by the way, so we're going to save it. We're going to put it up there right to the top. All right, so let's go ahead and go back and let's find a frame to frame our pictures. Okay, so go back to elements, type in frame, and we want to go to photos. And these are all photos of frames that we can use. Now, let's say, well, I found this one. I really like it. I didn't know it was all together. No big deal. You just take the sidebar and you just crop that part out. Boom. Too easy, right? Are you making a book? We are making a family collage submission tumbler design. So now I can place that right over top and boom, it's right there. Too easy, right? Okay, if that's the look you're going for, like a vintage Victorian look, absolutely, you really can do that. So let's say I didn't want that one. I want this one all the way to the side over here. Whoops, go back, click on the image, stretch that bar back out, and you just stretch out this side, the side that you don't want anymore, and then just crop that part out. Boom. So now you have your picture frame right there. That's simple, right? It's super easy, okay? It's not difficult. I feel like a lot of times we made things a lot more difficult than what it really is, and it really isn't that difficult. But now that we found like a photo frame, I kind of like the other one a lot better, the actually more lacy type of photo frame. I love this one. I think it's really, really pretty. All right, so we have that one. Now we have to do a little bit of maneuvering to our pictures because I really don't want my photo frames to overlap that much. Okay, now they go off the page. In my opinion, I think that's kind of fine. So we're going to group those together and we're going to change the size just a little bit because I really don't want it to overlap. So now what you can do, now that we have this set in place, so if you were to, because this is two separate pieces. So if I move this, it's going to move out the way. So what you want to do now, you want to group it together once you found your piece. Okay, so let's group it together. So to group together, you can do two different ways. You can actually select each layer separately, but since this layer is on top of something else, it really wouldn't be wise to do that. You really couldn't do it. So you take your mouse down below it. You're going to drag over both of them. You see two boxes got selected. You're going to go to the three dots here in the corner. Go to group. Now we can move this as one cohesive piece. Okay. Group is going to be your best friend when it comes to making Canva designs. Okay. It will be your best friend. So therefore, you have something you like, you can actually make copies of this design. So Command C, Command V, Command V, Command V, because you know we need 4 of them. And now you can just place these right over top where you had the old one. So therefore, you have to guess on where you put it if you really, really like that placement. But if you want to delete it and just start over, you absolutely can. So now that we have our pieces, and then we know they're a little bit bigger than what we planned, we can do some adjustments. Okay? Now we can do some adjusting. Now, like I said, if you want them to overlap, you can. I kind of like to give things a little bit more of a space. So you can do it that way if you want to go for that type of look. Okay. So let's go for a little bit smaller of a frame. So therefore we can do something with the tape. So let's go a little bit more simpler with our design. You can go that way if you want to, but I want something a little bit more slender because I really want to use this tape. I think it's just really, really cute. All right, so let's go back and look for something else. They have a lot of, they have just this plain brown right here, but you also have an example right here because they have the Polaroid with the little clips. That's really cute too. That's super cute as well. Then they have that one. I think that's really nice too. I think we can do some work with this one because it's nice and slender. So you actually can really see your design behind it. I think I'm going to roll with this one. This one looks really, really nice. Okay. I think that looks really nice. Okay. We're gonna roll with this one. So therefore we can do that, and we also can implement the tape in front of it too. Everybody looked me in. All right, so you can also change the position of your project as well. If you need to bring something to the forefront, you can. If you need to bring something to the back of something, you absolutely can too. So now I'm just going to reposition a little bit just to make sure we are in there. All right, so we're also going to move that to the back. All righty, so we have our frame in place. Everything is good to go. What program is this? I'm very new to this. This is using Canva. This is Canva, okay? This dark wood is pretty too. This is why it takes me forever. I think I like the dark wood a little bit better. What do you guys think? Gold or dark wood? I think I like this dark wood though. This dark wood is really nice. Thank you for the follows, guys. I think I like the dark wood a little bit better. What do you think? Dark wood or gold? Which one? Dark wood or gold? I kind of like the gold, but then I kind of like the dark wood. I know, me too. I kind of like the dark. Dark or gold? We got one dark, one gold. Thank you for the follows, guys. Dark, dark. I know. I like them both, but I kind of think I like, I don't know. This is why it's so hard to, so this is what we'll do. We'll do the same design. We'll put it on both a dark and a gold. How about that? So therefore we can get a little bit of both action going on. So both of them will be up on the website. You can choose which one, or you can choose both. So it doesn't make a difference to me. All right, so we'll put that there. I'll go back through off camera and fix that back. All right, so now that we have that, let's duplicate. These are all going to be the same size, right? So we should just be able to duplicate and then turn them, or you can group them both together and duplicate it that way if you don't want to actually do it by hand like I'm doing. You don't have to. It's totally up to you and what you want to do. Okay, we're going to turn this a little bit. Oh, we're a little bit off. There we go. Okay, so now all of our frames are in place. Yeah, the dark does make it pop. The gold kind of blends in and make it a little bit more modern, but we'll do both. So I'll have both designs, one dark wood, one gold. And I do this often. So whenever I'm making designs, I do make multiple variants of that one design, just in case I want to switch it up and do something a little bit different. So let's bring this one to the back a little bit. We need to change this one just a smidge. Okay, and then let's bring it back to backwards. All right, so let's say, okay, it's looking a little flat. I really want to add some depth. So click on your image. This is how you're going to add shadows. Going to go to edit image after you click on it. And then you're going to go over here to the side panel and click on shadows. This is where you'll be able to add shadows to your images, but you can only add shadows to PNG images. You can't do it, well, you can do it to font, but it's a whole different process. But you can only do shadows to PNG images. Okay, so we're gonna go to, let's do a drop shadow. I really love how that drop shadow looked. It looks beautiful. There's page lift, there's curved, there's angle, there's backdrop, and then there's glow, which I love backdrop. Backdrop gives it like a depth, and it kind of makes it seem like it's more 3D. So let's say I want to make it a little bit more intense. So if you click the little 3 bars, you can actually customize how much of an offset, angle, transparency, and blur you want for your shadow. And you also can change the color. So you don't have to keep it black if you don't want to. If you want to change it to a different color, you absolutely can. So you can change it to a beige if you want to, black, a blue if you want to, a brown if you want to, green if you want to. So you can change it to any color, but I'm going to keep it black because I really like the black shadow. It gives it a depth, a 3D effect to a flat surface or a flat image. And then we're going to click apply. Okay, it's going to reshape it. And there is your shadow. Okay, so we're going to do this to every single one, or you can just group it all together and then make duplicates. But for the sake of this tutorial / live stream, I will actually do every single one individually. Okay, and the great thing about Canva is it auto saves as you go. Any change you make to your canvas, it will auto save every step of the way. So you don't have to be afraid of not saving, because it automatically does it for you. So it gives you extra peace of mind. So when I click out of it, I know for sure to save my image. Okay. I don't have to worry about, did it save? Did it save? Did it save? I don't have to worry about manually saving. It does it for me automatically. Okay. So that's one great thing about Canva I do love, because sometimes I do forget to save my images. And I'm like, crap, I can do that all over again, but Canva automatically saves it for you. So that's a great thing about that. Okay. Now that we have our frames on, if you want to do some, not that one, if you want to do some maneuvering around just to kind of change the position of some things, now would be your time to do it. All right. I like that. I think it looks really, really nice. So we have our things in place. All right. So then we have this tape. If you still want to use it, you can. It's completely up to you. Let's group these both together so we can do some maneuvering action going on. And then position, we're going to go to the back. Okay. So if you want to use the tape, you still can. You can use it just like that. And let's put our flower back behind that. So if you want to use the tape, you still can use the tape, and then you can duplicate it and kind of give it like that look and feel of like the tape if you want to. To me, it might be a little bit of team too much. But like I said, I am a person of team too much. I like things to be a little bit extra, but I think that actually may be a little extra. All right, so just the frames. So let's say, well, how am I supposed to put pictures in here because it's grouped together? I'm glad you asked. Let me show you how you would put pictures in here, because when I go to put it on the website, this is what you would have to do template-wise to download for your customers. Let me show you how you would put pictures. So let's snag a photo. Okay, let's just use me. I'm so vain. Look at me being super vain. So this is my picture. Thank you for the follows, guys. This is my picture. So what you would do is you will want to size your picture down to match your frame. It doesn't have to be perfect, because remember, we're going to be tucking it behind something. So Canva will actually try to align it for you, which is great. I love that feature as well. It will automatically center your images. You see, I automatically centered it, and then you would just put it to the back. That's it. And it makes it looks like it's actually in the frame. Okay. Now we have to do a little bit of adjusting because my sizing is off just a little bit. My mouse is like freezing up here. So make it a little bit bigger, and then you would just pull it to the back. So therefore you have that shadow frame from the outside frame, but now these are just placeholders. That's all these are. They're just placeholders, so you can kind of see where your images are going to go. You don't have to have the background at all. You can have just the frame, but I like having something behind it. So therefore it gives your customers an idea. Your photos would go here. Okay. So you always want to make sure when you have a template or you're making a design, people know exactly where to place certain things. Now they can come in here, because I'm going to send you the template. So what they template within Canva gives you the ability to take my design. It'll make a copy of it. So my original won't get altered. So you can make a copy of it in Canva. You can change it, do whatever you want to do, add, take away, and then you can download it. Okay. So that's what template links are. Template links are things that people can get to download to change your design and then do whatever they want to the design and download it. But it doesn't change your original design. So my original design will not be changed. Okay. But when you guys get the link, it'll make a copy of my design. It'll say copy of floral frame design by OCM. And then you can rename it whatever you want to. So my original design will never be altered. How did you place it to the back? So when you click on the image, good question. So you click on the image, you see it's in front. So click on the image. You're going to go to position, and you're going to pull it backwards. Okay. I use a lot of shortcuts because I'm on my Mac, so I do a lot of shortcut keys. Where do we go to get them? Your website. Yes, I will try to have it to my website this weekend. Okay. So that's how you would place your photo. And you can put different photos on there just like that. Okay. So now that we know our design works, so you always want to make sure things work and they're going to work together as you're creating these designs. Because you don't want to download an image, and I've done it before I actually approve of the design. I make it and I print it out, and then I realize, oh, I cut the image off right there. Oh, I didn't do that right, or I spelled that wrong. So slow down, really look at your design and make sure it's cohesive with itself before you start printing it out and mass producing it. And then you realize that word is spelled wrong, or I cut that picture off. That shadow is not complete. That fade is cut off. I didn't group that right. I didn't put that in the right position. So now you already made 10 tumblers of something that's incorrect. So make sure that your design is good. So always get a design. I blow it up, make it full screen. I look at it. I make sure everything's in place. I check everything, make sure everything's clear. And then I'll go from there and I'll go ahead and download it. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish. Because it's 8:51. Hey sis, what's up? Let's go ahead and finish. So let's go ahead and add some text. Now they do have some family text already in here. So go to Elements and type in family. And sometimes some words will pop up if you go to graphics, like this right here. Oh, y'all can't see. So you have this family right here. You have that family right there you can use. But if you want to use your own text, you absolutely can. They have this family right here, which I think would be perfect because it has like that floral kind of feel. So we're going to use this family. So you can put it in the middle. Boom, just like that. You can put it in the middle. Or if you want to put some type of saying on the bottom, like the definition of family, then you can actually make it a little bit smaller and you can put it up here, or you can make it a little bit bigger and put it up there. You can have it overlapping on a picture, or you can have it in the middle. You can make it bigger. And the good thing about this is you can actually change the color of this family. So if you go up, if you click on what you want to change, go up to this rainbow box and you can actually change the color of that. But you know, with Canva, they automatically pulled all the colors from our design, right? To keep it cohesive. So we actually can snag whatever color from here. So go to see all, and it has so many more options you can choose from. So it pulled the pinks. It pulled from the tape that we had. Even though the tape was gone, we at one time had that pink tape on there. So we have the greens and the golds from the picture frame. We have the green and like the peach and the brown from the flower. And then we have the white, grays, browns, and dark browns from the dark wood background in the back. Okay, so it pulled a lot of different things we can choose from. Okay, I'm going to go with this green, but it's like, oh man, you really can't see it. So let me show you some things you can do. Since this is an image, we can actually click on it and we can make some changes to it. But you see, we're very limited on what we can do because it's like a PNG. But if you have a text pre-made in Canva that you can change the color of, most likely you won't be able to make a shadow of it. So it's like, okay, that kind of won't work. So we have to do something different. So let's just type our own, because what I want to show you, I have to type my own. So to add in text, you're going to go to the side underneath where it says Element and Uploads, click text. Now, these are all the pre-made texts they already have. They have a lot of different styles, a lot of different designs of text that you can use if you just don't want to do your own. They already have groups of fonts that work well together. These are all the fonts with an effect, and then these are all the fonts that are grouped together. So like script with big blocky text, or they have different texts that work together right here. Okay, so let's say you wanted to put like a saying in the middle, like what family actually is in the dictionary. I'm not going to change the font just for example. You can put that right there in the middle. Or you can put like your family scripture, or if you want to put a scripture, you can put it right there. But there's your font that you can use. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add a title. So you can do it in a graphic type of way, but I'm going to show you both ways. So here's our title, right? Now you can actually change the size of it. So I like to pull in the sides. You can change the size up here by clicking on the minus or the plus, or you can change the size right here with grabbing the corner of the box. And then we're going to type in family. Okay. I don't like this text. I'm not really a fan of it, but for some reason at one point I was, but now I no longer am. So I need to change that. So there's our text, right? Let's say, I don't want to use Better Sunday. Not a fan of Better Sunday. So you can actually click on the text box up top and you can actually change. So this is the text box. You can change it. Now you can upload your own fonts into Canva. So I get a lot of my fonts from thefont.com. So you can't upload custom fonts into Canva. Absolutely. Okay. So these are all my fonts that I have. There's that one. So there's a lot of different fonts we can kind of choose from. I've been liking this one a lot lately. So let's go with this one. This is CandleScript. Actually, Shonda, aka Your Special Occasion 365, she put me onto CandleScript. I love this font. It's very pretty, very, 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 very elegant, like really frilly, and I like the little curls and the extra little scripty things that it has. So this is CandleScript. You can get it from thefont.com, but it's called CandleScript. So let's say, okay, black is cool. It's plain Jane. It's kind of just like, I'm here. It's me. Let's spice it up a little bit. So if you click on your text you want to change, is there a place you can share your favorite fonts? I'm not quite sure. I have to figure that out, but thank you for that suggestion. In the font, are you able to use font on items you are selling? Yes, a lot of the fonts do come with commercial licenses already installed. If they don't, sometimes they actually ask that you purchase the commercial licenses. And my rule is, if you like it and you're going to reuse it multiple times, get the commercial license. It's just that simple. It's not very difficult. Get the commercial license. All right, so click on the font. You're going to click this 3 dot right there, and you see where it says effects. We're going to change the effect of the font. These are all the different type of effects you can use. Yes, I always give donations, absolutely. So you can do shadow, which actually adds a shadow to your text, just like that. So that's shadow. There's lift. It just adds like a lift effect to it. There's hollow. There's splice. Echo, which actually has multiple shadows to it, glitch, neon, and then background. Okay, I use neon a lot with my fonts. Okay, now we can change it to that green color we really wanted in the beginning. Remember that? And we couldn't get it because it was too light. We couldn't change it. Now we can change it to that green color. You can leave it like that, or you can even kick it up an extra notch, because I like to do this a lot. So we're going to duplicate the same thing again, go back into effects, and we're going to crank the intensity on this top one to 100. So it makes it white. You see how we now have a green background with a white front? That's the way I do my fonts. I'm using Canva, Canva Pro. You can sign up for Canva Pro in the link in my bio. Try it for 30 days. If you like it, keep it. If not, get rid of it. It's $12.99 a month, but I promise you, you will make so much more money. Okay? All right, so here's our text. And we can do it to the same thing to this text down here. Absolutely. Okay? So this is regular text. We can put the same effect that we have on our family on our regular text. Okay? So change the color to that green. 3 dots. Effects. Neon. Then we're going to do the same thing to here. Neon. We're going to duplicate it. Duplicate, and then we're going to change the top layer to a solid white. Okay, so it's all changed, and you place it on top of the one we did before. So therefore, it gives you that same effect on both the text and the family. Okay? Anybody have any questions so far? This is what we're looking like right now. I know I'm team too much, but this is what I like to do. So you also can change the intensity of the green behind it to make it darker or to make it lighter. Let me show you. So let's go back to the family since it's the biggest one I can show you on. So if you change the intensity to be lower than 50, look at how solid it makes that green in the background. So now you have it even more solid. You know what I'm saying? So it really gives you a lot of different things that you can customize and you can edit. So I love Canva. Canva is very basic. So if you're looking for things advanced, it's not really going to fit your fancy. I use Canva, I like that offset. I use Canva because it's very simple and it's easy to use. So if you're looking for something complex like blending and shadowing, extended shadowing, blending, brushwork, you're not going to have to figure out Photoshop because Canva will not give you that type of option yet. It won't give you the option yet. I really feel like eventually will they do it? I think they will, but it just takes time, a lot of coding, because coding these programs take a lot. Okay. It takes a lot for these programs to be coded. So just be patient with them. Okay. All right. So there's that. You can make it bigger if you want to kind of take up some more space, kind of have it behind the family, but that's what it would look like in a nutshell. Okay. Now let's say I really feel like it's kind of missing something else. So if you want to go to elements and just type in gold, it'll pull up everything gold that they have. So I like to add like some little like specks or like flakes just to kind of spice it up a little bit. These are all the gold elements we can add because there's gold in the picture. Let's add some gold. So you can do like gold accents, frames, sparkles, specks, blurs. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, one thing I did want to show you. So for this green text in the middle, it's like, man, it's still kind of hard to see. I'm scared if I print it out, it's not going to look right. This is Canva. Yes, it is. So type in blur and you're going to find all these like blurred out. So we're going to click on this white one and look what it did. It brought light behind our image. So now if you have a lighter or a darker font, like if I were to use black on this, black is nice. It's a universal color. But a lot of times if it's too light, black can get lost. So you put this behind it and we're going to put the position all the way to the back. Boom. So now it gives you like an extra like shadow 3D effect on something that's flat in 2D. It's just the little things like this that really make people like, man, that is a bomb design you just made. You made that? You did that on Canva? A lot of times people give Canva such a hard time because it is so basic and it's extra couple steps you have to do to make things really pop. But I think Canva is so worth it. It is so worth it. So it's just the little details that I pay. It's just the little stuff. It doesn't have to be super detailed. It's just the little things. Okay. So now I can go in and really up to ante. If I want to add extra little flowers right here to kind of overlap the photo frame, you can, just to kind of fill in the empty space. So now that I have my base done, this is when I go in and actually add like my designs to it and really spice it up and really make it my own. But now that I have everything in place that I kind of want to have in place, I like for my designs to be cohesive. So if I do it to one side, I try my best to do it to the other side. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. But hey, I try my best to make it the same on both sides. So now we can kind of go in and we can really start adding different elements to our design. Now that we have our base in place, now we can start going through and adding the little touches of detail. Okay. The touches of detail really make a difference. Absolutely they do. You better bet they make a difference. That's what makes or breaks your image. It's the little details. It's the little slight work. Okay. That's what makes the image bomb. Okay. So if you want to add, not that one. So if you want to add like little touches of sparkle, little touches of speck, you want to add like a glitter ombre effect to the top. And you can change the transparency of things. So if you'd like something to be there, but you don't want it to be that harsh, you can make it lighter. You can change the transparency. Okay. So let's say I really want to use this. I think it's really cute. I love it, but I don't want it to be this solid. So I would use this all over the whole entire design and I would put it towards the back. But let's say I don't want it that dark. If you go up here to the transparency box, you can alter the transparency of it. Okay, so you can make it lighter or darker, however transparent you want it to be. And that's what really gives those really cool effects too that I've shown in my last video. My last live stream we did on Wednesday, I showed you the effects you can use with transparency and shadows. I'm telling you, it just makes that much of a difference. Let's say, you know what, I'm not really seeing really what I want to use in here. That's really cute. We can use that. That'd be nice. Let's say I'm not really seeing it. I want like little like diamond sparkles. They have that too. So let's go. You can type in two things. You can type in flare and it'll pop up these little flares right here. Or you can type in sparkle and it'll type in sparkle. So they have like overhead flares that you can use as well. But it's really light. You see like a little overhead, like a light beaming on top of it. You can do this. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gives like a overhead lighting to your images if you want to. But if you want to add just like a little touch of sparkle, like it's bling or something, I would definitely use this one right here. So this one I use a lot, make it smaller so it's more concentrated. So I use this one a lot. You can add like little bling tings to your image just to kind of have things kind of bounce off and add some bling. Now add it to the front. And you can add like little bling pieces to your family to kind of make it sparkle. Make it pop, make it sparkle. But definitely adding the little tiny details to your design, they really do make a difference. It's what helps make your design to the next level. Because we can have it like this, which is cool. I mean, let me have before. But when you start adding in little details and start changing things, that's when it's the most like, wow. Like, you really made that? Like, for real? Like, yeah, I made it. I make 98% of my designs, I make myself. Whether it's for a t-shirt or for a tumbler, I try to make my designs myself. But if I'm just lazy or I don't feel like it, then I will go and buy it from Etsy. But the majority of the time, I will make my own designs on Canva. Absolutely. Because only you know what you're looking for. Only you know what you want. Sometimes you can find it already pre-made, and then sometimes you can't. But when you do find it pre-made and it's kind of what you want, but you want to change something, guess what? You can't change it. It's already set in stone. So it's best to just do it yourself. Okay? Just do it yourself. So they have a lot of different things you can choose from. They have like glow circles, rings. They have reflections. They have a whole bunch of stuff in Canva. They have so much stuff. It's just ridiculous. That's really cute. I think I haven't said it already. I don't. So they have flare overlays. They have shadow overlays. They have blur overlays. They have lightning bolts in here. They have so much stuff you can choose from. So much stuff you can choose from. You'd be surprised what all you can create in Canva. I'm telling you. I use this one a lot too. I think I have this one saved to my favorites. Yep, I do. I use this one a lot for like my little sparkles, my little specks. I use this one a lot too. So I use this one a lot to add like some sparkle, some speck. I struggle with designing. Here's the thing. I made this live right here, but tomorrow I'll probably come back and change it. So that's why it always takes me at least 24 to 48 hours to do a design, because I know me, I will change it at least 4 to 5 times. Like, I'm like, okay, at one point I liked the greens, like now I kind of don't like it. So I will change things at least 4 to 5 times. Absolutely. Absolutely. So when you get this design on my website, 'cause I will make it free. This is actually 2 different layers. I did this to make it a little bit darker. So when you go to change this, all you do is double click on it and then put your text in and then put down here if it's a saying about family, and then you have to do the same thing to the bottom to make sure it matches. So, I mean, everything's already pretty much done for you. Okay. Anybody have any more questions? Because I'm getting ready to hop off. Knowing how to use the tools help. I get overwhelmed sometimes too because there's too many options. A lot of times if you give yourself or you give your customers too many options, they're never going to make a selection. So you have to really kind of like box them in and kind of make selections for them. Because if not, you'll be there waiting all day for them to approve a design. So I try to start off small, and then I ask them anything you want me to add, anything you want me to take away. But in my mind, I already have the design pretty much set in stone. Like, this is what you're getting. Now, whether you want to keep it that way or not, but in my mind, this is what you're getting. That's it. So you just have to just make sure that you try your best to just, I mean, I try to be flexible, but sometimes you got to be like, look, you ain't getting nothing else. That's all you getting. That's pretty. Like a gold outline effect on the flower. Oh, that is pretty. I kind of like that. I think I can make it work. I just have to figure out how. I like that. Duplicate. Turn. That's cute. See, I'll keep adding like little small detailish things. And this is what I get hung up on. I get hung up on the details. Okay. Thank you for your time. You're absolutely welcome. I will try to have this file on my website to be able to download. Whenever I do Canva online tutorials or classes, you're a fabulous teacher, very talented. Thank you so much. I will try to have the design that I work on available for download, so you can actually have something to kind of work with. Thank you for the follows, you guys. I deeply appreciate it. So I will try to have this done. I will make a duplicate. So if you want to change or make variants, just hit the duplicate page. And now you have the same thing, because I know that dark wood was really pretty. So let's do that. So I'm going to run through this real quick. I'm not going to be like in depth because I really just want to get this changed. So I'm going to change this up real quick. So you're not really going to see me doing a lot of detail. I'm just going to go in and just change it. because I really want to make sure I have a variety for you guys to do. So I'm going to go in real fast. I mean, like real quick. Copy 2, 3, 4. Oh, one too many. So this is like me in like real time. Because I'm just so used to using the program, I can pretty much do Canva in my sleep. I'm just so used to doing it. Yeah, I use Canva all the time. Most of the time I use it on my iPad when I'm traveling or when I'm away from my laptop. I will use it on my iPad as well. But I try my best to do it on the computer because I have my mouse and I can actually maneuver things a lot tighter. So I just try to do it on my laptop as much as possible. A little bit too small. Boom. There we go. We had that behind there. Okay. Edit image, shadows, drop. Okay. Drop. 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 Okay. So there's that. Just that fast. So now you'll have two different variations. You'll have that one and you have this one. So now we have to do a little bit of altering to this one because this one's a little bit longer because the frame is different. So I tried to make things exactly the same, but I try to add a little bit of versatility. So let's say, like right now, this is in my way. I can't group it together. You'll click that. You see this lock button in the top corner? Click lock. Click that again. It will lock this in place. Now this will not move. So I can go through and actually start grouping some things together. Okay. Group. And I'm only grouping together so I can move them. Okay. So now we can ungroup it because then we want you to be able to put your photos behind it. So let's say, I really want to go back and use that image I had before, but I didn't like it and I deleted it. No big deal. So click out of elements, recently used. These are all your recently used or clicked on elements that you selected. So these are all the things we clicked on at one point in time. It automatically saves everything you clicked on. Okay. So if you forget what you clicked on, you want to go back and get something else. Here it is. So in this case, I think the tape probably will actually work in this instance. Maybe. I don't know. I'm trying to make this tape work. It's just really pretty. And I kind of want to use it. So I think the tape will kind of work in this one because the frames are a little bit daintier. They're less kind of fancy. They're more plain Jane. So the tape actually may work in this instance. It may not. We'll see. But sometimes you have to finish the design and do it on everything to kind of tell. But if you're not quite sure, you can always change the transparency to be a little bit lighter. So it's not like as harsh. So it's still there, but it's not like there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's going to be an option on there. I'll leave it on there. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about it. I don't know. I think without the tape would probably be a lot better. But I'll leave one of them with tape just in case someone does want the tape in the design. I'll leave it there. That way you'll have it. Because if not, you won't be able to find it. Okay, so we have two different designs. It didn't take that long. It's 9:14. It took me an hour to do this only because I was doing a demonstration. If I was doing it myself, it probably would have took me about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, but for one design, you can go through and make different variations. And what I mean by that is, so let's say we want to make a different wood background. So you never want to make changes to your original design. You always want to make a duplicate of it. So let's change the background. Let's say I don't want to do a wood background. I want to do like an ombre black background. And you absolutely can. So go to ombres. These are all your different ombre colors. Drag it to the back. Okay. Rainbow ombre. We're going to do like a sunset. You can do that. So there's different things you can do. It doesn't have to be exactly mine. That one's really pretty too. You can do that. Let's do, you want to do like a different, let's say like a farmhouse type of look. You can do a farmhouse type of look. You can put that in the background. That's really, really pretty. You can also change where you want your image to lay. So if you double click the background, if it has an image in it, you can make it bigger. If you want to focus on something in particular, and you can change the position. Okay, that's really pretty actually. I like that one too. We're going to save that as an option. Okay, and I typed in farmhouse to find that type of backdrop. They have a lot of them. That's like a Christmassy one. That's cute too. Also for the farmhouse one, they have these type of things too. That's really cute. It's super cute too. You want to make it like super farmhousey? That's really cute. I actually really like that. I wouldn't do it right there, but it would be nice to try to incorporate something like that. But anywho, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and log on off. It's 9:16. I got to go to work. Got to go make some money. So I will have this available link to be able to be downloaded. I'm just going to place the link in my bio so you guys can go ahead and use it. I think I did use a few Canva Pro items. So if you don't have Canva Pro, and I use Canva Pro items, when you go to download it, it's going to make you pay for those items. So make sure you go and sign up for the 30-day free trial for Canva Pro so you can use these items that I have in here. Okay. So, I will put the link in the bio. You can get it. So don't be afraid when I put the template link in my bio. You're not changing my design. My design won't change. So make as many changes as you want to. It's totally fine. If you need help with anything, like, I deleted something, what do I do? You can always click the undo button. But if you need help, or if you want me to look at your design to see if it's okay or if it's too much or not enough, I will gladly look at those designs for you. You can send them to me on Instagram or on Facebook Messenger. I'll be more than happy to help. I have a lot of people say, what do you think? Can you put your magic on it? And they send me the link and I'm like, okay, try this, make this, change that. And I'm like, oh, you're so much better at this than me. I'm like, it's okay. It just takes time. It just takes time. So if you need any help, I do offer Canva classes, like intimate one-on-one Canva classes. So if you want to sign up for a Canva class, you can also do it from my website. It's called One-on-One. I have Canva, Shopify, I have EcoSolvent, Sublimation, I have Cricut, and I have Silhouette 101. Okay. So if you need just extended help, and my husband does have a printer settings one-on-one. Okay. So if you need help is always provided if you want it. Okay. So, but if you have questions, I'll be more than happy to answer those. Try to not TikTok message me because TikTok is filtering out my messages. So it's best to either email me or message me on Facebook or on Instagram. Both of those social media sites are on there. Don't forget to join my Crafting Sisters family group on Facebook where I do post photo dumps, SVG dumps that I'm not using. We share each other's work. We always promote your business in the comment section. Anything that I do, you're more than welcome to self-promote. I highly encourage it. Okay. So join my Facebook group. Link is in the bio. My Discord also is in the bio. Anything that I have that you can sign up for, participate in, is going to be in the link in the bio. Okay. All right. If you have any problems or there's any links that are not working, please let me know. Because in my mind, everything's working fine. All right. So until next time, I came too late. Don't worry. I will upload it to YouTube this weekend. So if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, all that will be in the link in my bio. You can do it from my actual TikTok page. If you go through and click on the play button on my TikTok page, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel from there. Also, what I want to make sure we want to do a call to salvation because this is still considered Bible meets business. Super easy. If you do not have Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, it's super easy. It's not a 10-step process. It's actually fairly simple. And the scripture says this, Romans 10:9, King James Version, that if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus and shalt believe in thine heart that God has raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. It's just that easy. Okay. The font for family is called Candle Script. It is Candle Script. I got it from thefont.com. So it's just that simple. We make it a 10-step process in church. I don't know why we do that, but we make it such a 10-step process. You don't have to do no type of survey. You don't have to fill out a questionnaire. It's just that simple. If you want to have Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, it's just that simple. Okay. Confess with your mouth and believe in your heart. That's it. Okay. So until next time, my Captain Sisters and Brothers. Oh, let me give you an update for the next week's calendar. I'm going to say this. I'm going to get off of here. Monday morning, 8:15. I promise you, you don't want to miss this live stream. My mom, aka Minister Cynthia Harris, she will be teaching a class on prayer on Monday. You don't want to miss it. Okay, Monday morning, 8:15 Central Standard Time. But don't worry if you miss it. I will post it to my YouTube channel. Monday morning, 8:15, Minister Cynthia Harris will be coming through teaching a quick word about prayer. And then she will have intercessory prayer right after that. So you can come through with your requests during the live stream, or you can send them to me in advance. Okay. So prayer requests are a lot more sensitive. So if you want to email them to me, you absolutely can. That's totally fine. If you want to email them straight to her information is also in the link in my bio. Okay. So she is the intercessory prayer leader at our church. She keeps things 100% confidential. You will not hear your business on the street of Missouri. My mom don't roll like that. Okay. You can 100% trust her. Okay. Not saying because she's my mom. I'm saying it because you just can. She will keep it confidential. Okay. So you don't want to miss it. Wednesday, I will be back on here Wednesday. We're going to talk about the power of your homepage. The power of your homepage. Okay. This is for website homepages and how important it is to have your website homepage set up correctly, because your homepage will determine whether the customer spends money with you or not. Okay. Are you potentially missing out on money because your homepage is not set up correctly? Okay. Now, next Friday, I will not have a live stream. I will be out of town. So next Friday will be no live stream, only on Monday and Wednesday, 8:15 Central Standard Time. But if you miss it, I will post it to my YouTube. That's it. I gotta go. I gotta go work, get ready to do some braids. Until next time, my Captain Sisters and Brothers, I will see you next time. Bye. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for the likes and the hearts. I love y'all.